We now return to Wicked on Tour.
She's dead. The witch of the West is dead. The wickedest witch there ever was. The enemy of all of us here in Oz is dead.
Wicked reminded me why I like musical theater.
The costuming was great, phenomenal lighting, sound.
They told us outright, we are not making cuts in the show, we are not downsizing the show, we are bringing the Broadway version to the United States.
We see it as our job and our challenge to bring the best possible production everywhere. There is magic on stage where monkeys fly and broomsticks levitate. The work of Susan Hilferty, who won a Tony for designing the costumes, and Eugene Lee, who won a Tony for his magnificent scenic design. Their work is extraordinary.
What I think was so interesting about Eugene is that he came in with a model at the very first meeting, which is pretty close to what we see on the stage now. There were lots of changes in detail, but his concept is the concept that you see.
I remember when we first walked in and saw the sets, your mouth drops to the floor. That's pretty much how it was.
The sets are very big. I understand this is a 14-truck tour. That's a lot of sets.
There's a lot of scenery that's built that the audience really never sees. There's lots of staircases and things to hold up some of the actual pieces of scenery. There's always twice as much scenery on stage than people ever see, just to make the scenery that we do see as wonderful as it is.
The gears and the pulleys that are naked to the eye as representative of the world that this wizard runs, where he has no power, it's all mechanical, except when the green girl reveals her magic, then the world is magical. It also suggests a timelessness because it looks somewhat like the inner workings of a clock.
If you have a great costume, all you have to do is show up. It's one of the great secrets of acting. And Susan Hilferty has created extraordinary costumes for this show.
A costume designer is a storyteller. I help create character. Everything I do has to be done in relationship to an actor. It's kind of like weaving. I've established the broad fabric about its kind of colors, where I want it to go, ultimately what my vision of the story is. And then each of the actors become a thread in this piece of fabric. So I have to work with them as they figure out what this character is about. I'm not just looking at their clothes and saying, is the hat right? Are the gloves right? I've got to constantly be asking myself, is this the right character choice?
I got choked up looking in the mirror because it's just all the man hours that go into it and the beating, and it's so magnificent. I was like, are you sure? I get to wear this?
This is a place where animals speak, so that you know that it's different. We're not in Kansas anymore. So there'll be top hats with two tops to them instead of one. You'll see how I picked up little bits of the turn of the century. There are lots of bits I took too from the Denslow illustrations of the Wizard of Oz books.
I wear a sort of a half mask with horns and kind of a big nose, because I am a goat. They're unusual costumes, unique patterns and unique angles, and they help create the magic of Oz.
We needed to create sort of this fantasy world with the makeup and with the hair and everything. I took basically the sketches that Susan had done, and I looked at the picture of the person that was playing the role, and then sort of sat there and just created a look that would work for them, but that was a little kind of funky and not so much just like a regular theatrical makeup.
Wicked is a challenge wig-wise because everything is so individual. We still sit and make the wig like they did in the 18th century. And you're maybe using 2 or 3 hairs at a time. There are over 90 wigs in the show, and one of the men, I think he has 6 wig changes, and so even the men have wigs.
Like my wig? No. There are wonders like I've never seen. It's all grand and it's all green. I think we found the place where we belong.
The relationship between a director and a choreographer is so intimate, because, especially in a show like this, because, you know, you're never really sure where one person's job leaves off and another one begins.
When I
first got involved with the show, I didn't know where the choreography fit in because it was so unusual. I thought that this had to go more into the modern dance form instead of Broadway theatrical dance. So it was really like taking each character into consideration and finding some sort of quirky style.
When you're dancing through life.
Stephen Schwartz, he did a wonderful job with the music.
I defy you to listen to this score and not start bopping your head, tapping your feet. It's very, very infectious.
I came across some of my early sketches the other day, and I noticed that the tune for Defying Gravity was there. So I think pretty early I had a notion of what I was going to do.
His music is so smart. It's just a pleasure and a dream to sing his music.
Kind of went to Stephen one day, I'm not sure there's ever been a musical that explored a friendship of two women like this.
Just standing in the back of the house and hearing that amazing thing that happens at the end of the show. It's just like being at a rock concert or something. I've been around a while and I've had my share of other things which have worked well, but this kind of response is pretty unusual.
It made us laugh, it made us cry. Oh my God, I was bawling my eyes out. I loved it.
All of us have a little green in us somewhere. Stephen and Winnie and I had always known that there was something quite magical in this idea, but I don't think any of us were prepared for the overwhelming response of the audience and the overwhelming emotional impact it had on us.
Tell them how I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in green now. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. I hope you're happy.
We hope you enjoyed this exclusive look at the Broadway musical Wicked. You can experience the full magic of Wicked yourself as it tours across America. For tickets or to find a list of the tour cities, go to the website www.wickedthemusical.com. Of course, casting a few spells of your own won't hurt either, because tickets are going fast.